Have you noticed something changing after 50? The mornings don't feel as powerful, the energy isn't the same, and those natural firm erections you once woke up with don't always show up anymore. It's not just age. It's the small silent mistakes that slowly chip away at your manhood. I'm Dr. Caroline Ruth, and on Shades of Health, I help men over 50 reclaim their strength, confidence, and performance without pills. Today, I'm going to reveal the biggest mistakes men make with their penis after 50, and how avoiding them can bring back the firmness, stamina, and vitality you thought was gone for good. Let's begin with the first and most important mistake, the one at the root of almost every erection problem after 50. The first mistake is ignoring blood flow health. Most men think erections are about hormones or about being in the mood, but biology is clear. An erection is a blood flow event. It's not magic, it's hydraulics. When you were younger, your blood vessels were supple, elastic, and responsive. The moment your brain sent the signal, arteries opened, blood rushed in, and your penis responded like it was designed to. But with age, blood vessels stiffen. Years of sitting, poor diet, stress, and neglect cause the inner lining of your vessels, the endothelium, to become damaged. Nitric oxide, the messenger that tells blood vessels to open, becomes scarce. The result? Circulation weakens, and your penis, being at the far end of your vascular system, and requiring rapid high-volume blood flow, is the first to show the signs. That's why one of the earliest warnings of cardiovascular disease isn't chest pain, it's weaker erections. Too many men ignore this. They chalk it up to stress or to aging, when in fact, their body is sending an urgent signal. Circulation is compromised, morning erections fade, firmness disappears halfway through intimacy, confidence erodes. And yet, instead of addressing circulation, men hope it will fix itself. That's the mistake. So how do you correct it? You begin by understanding that every choice that helps your heart helps your penis. Daily walking, even for 10 minutes after each meal, improves endothelial function. Breathing deeply, slow, intentional breaths increases nitric oxide release from the nasal passages, directly boosting blood vessel dilation. Stretching the hips, opening the pelvis, and breaking up hours of sitting prevents blood from pooling where it doesn't belong. Even something as simple as standing up every hour sends a message. Keep the blood moving. I once had a 58-year-old patient who swore his erection problems were beyond fixing. We focused only on walking after dinner, breathing exercises before bed, and standing during phone calls at work. 3 months later, he walked in smiling. His morning erections were back. Blood flow is the foundation. Ignore it, and no pill, no supplement, no trick will save you. Support it, and your body remembers what it was designed to do. The second mistake is relying on pills instead of fixing the root cause. I can't tell you how many men whisper to me, "Doctor, I'm relying on that little blue pill." And while I never judge, I always remind them, those medications don't heal, they mask. They force blood flow temporarily, but they do nothing to repair damaged vessels, nothing to restore natural function, nothing to rebuild confidence in your body's own strength. In fact, they often make things worse, because a man who leans on pills avoids asking the harder questions. Why isn't my body responding on its own? Why am I not waking up firm anymore? What's happening beneath the surface? An erection problem is rarely just about sex. It's a warning system. It's your body saying, circulation is struggling, hormones are falling, stress is overwhelming. When you ignore that message and silence it with medication, you trade a short-term fix for long-term decline. And the tragedy is, many men believe once they start with pills, they can never stop. But that's not true. Your body is adaptive. It can heal if given the chance. The fix here is simple, but it requires a mindset shift. Instead of asking, "How do I get hard tonight?" ask, "How do I create the health that makes me hard naturally?" That might mean addressing sleep, reducing alcohol, moving daily, eating foods that support circulation, and letting go of the crutch. You don't have to throw pills away overnight, but you do need to stop believing they're your only hope. Real power comes when you reclaim trust in your body, not when you outsource it to a tablet. The third mistake is neglecting testosterone and hormone balance. After 30, testosterone begins its steady decline. By 50 or 60, many men are living with half the levels they had in their prime. Half the fuel, half the drive, half the fire. And yet, so many men never test, never ask, never support their hormones. They think low energy, weaker muscles, foggy thinking, and softer erections are just aging, when in truth, much of it is hormonal decline. Testosterone isn't just about libido. It maintains tissue health in the penis. It supports nerve sensitivity. It strengthens the very blood vessels that allow erections. Without it, desire wanes, performance falters, and confidence takes a hit. I see this mistake constantly. Men who once felt like warriors, slowly slipping into passivity, believing it's fate. But fate is not the culprit. Neglect is. Testosterone can be supported naturally. Sleep is critical. Testosterone surges at night, especially during deep sleep. Cut that short, and you cut your hormones short. Belly fat is another enemy. Fat tissue converts testosterone into estrogen, stealing your edge. And strength training, lifting, pushing, pulling, tells your body, I still need testosterone. Even 2 or 3 sessions a week can send that powerful signal. I remember a man in his early 60s who told me he felt invisible. No drive, no fire, no spark. He didn't want medication. We focused on reducing his late-night alcohol, improving his sleep routine, and adding simple bodyweight exercises twice a week. Within months, not only did his erections improve, but his entire posture changed. He walked taller, his voice had more weight. That's the power of hormones and the danger of neglecting them. The fourth mistake is poor sleep and unmanaged stress. If blood flow is the foundation and testosterone the fuel, sleep is the repair shop. At night, your body is supposed to heal. Testosterone rises, growth hormone floods, nerves recharge, the nervous system resets. But what happens when you stay up scrolling? When you drink before bed? When you wake to urinate 3 times a night? The repair shop closes early, and your body pays the price. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is another silent killer of erections. It tightens blood vessels. It suppresses testosterone. It keeps your nervous system in fight or flight when you need rest and repair. Too many men live in this cycle. Stress all day, restless all night, weak performance in both the boardroom and the bedroom. They think they're stuck, but they're not. The fix? Treat sleep like sacred medicine. A dark room, cool temperature, no phone in your hand. A wind-down ritual that tells your nervous system it's safe to rest. Breathing slowly before bed, stretching gently, stepping away from screens, all of it matters. And stress must be discharged daily, not with alcohol, not with avoidance, but with movement, laughter, and connection. When your nervous system learns to calm, your body remembers how to restore. Erections are not built in the moment. They're built in the nights and days before, and nothing sabotages them faster than stress and poor sleep. The fifth mistake is silent sabotage through lifestyle. Alcohol, smoking, and sitting too much. Picture this. A man spends 8 hours at his desk, commutes home, sitting in a car, eats dinner, then collapses on the couch for 3 more hours. That's 12 hours of restricted blood flow to the pelvis, day after day. Add alcohol in the evening, which numbs the nervous system and blunts testosterone, and perhaps a cigarette or two, which scars the arteries. And you have a perfect recipe for erectile decline. These habits creep in quietly: a drink to unwind, a night on the sofa, a habit of sitting too long. And years later, the man wonders why his body no longer responds. But the body is simply reflecting the choices it's been given. The fix: reverse the sabotage. Alcohol in moderation, if at all. Replace evening sitting with short walks or even standing conversations. If you smoke, Understand that every cigarette constricts the very vessels you rely on for manhood. And don't underestimate the power of small changes. Standing while taking a phone call, walking 10 minutes after dinner, drinking water before pouring another glass of wine. These shifts accumulate, and your penis, being the most sensitive gauge of your vascular health, will be the first to show signs of revival. The sixth mistake is skipping pelvic floor training. Every man knows that muscles weaken if not used, but few realize that erections depend on muscles, too. The pelvic floor muscles that contract at the base of the penis, trapping blood and keeping you firm. Over years of neglect, those muscles weaken. That's why many men can still get an erection, but cannot maintain it. The trapdoor is too weak. The blood escapes. Too many men never train this area. They think of exercise as biceps and chest, not the hidden muscles of manhood. But ignoring them is a mistake, because a strong pelvic floor not only supports erections, it improves urinary control, confidence, and stamina. The fix is remarkably simple. Practice the same contraction you'd use to stop urinating midstream. Hold for 3 seconds. Release for 3 seconds. Do this daily, 3 sets of 10. No one will know you're doing it, but within weeks, you'll feel the difference. Pair it with deep breathing, and you'll strengthen both circulation and muscular control. I've had men in their 70s look me in the eye and say, "Doctor, I feel 20 years younger down there." That's the power of training the muscles you've ignored. And finally, the seventh mistake, ignoring prostate and overall men's health. The prostate is small, but its influence is enormous. After 50, many men experience prostate enlargement. The signs are there: frequent trips to the bathroom, weaker stream, discomfort. But too many men dismiss it. They wait, they hope, they ignore, and in doing so, they risk not only their prostate, but their erections, their nerves, their confidence. The prostate sits at the crossroads of circulation and nerve function for your manhood. If it's inflamed, enlarged, or neglected, your performance suffers, your confidence suffers, and your overall health suffers. The fix is vigilance. Hydrate well. Reduce chronic inflammation by moving daily and managing stress. Get regular checkups, not because you fear disease, but because you respect your body. A man who takes care of his prostate takes care of his manhood. Ignoring it is not strength, it's avoidance. And avoidance is the quiet enemy of vitality. So those are the 7 mistakes, not destiny, not fate, just choices. Choices that can be reversed. Choices that can be corrected. Choices that can breathe life back into your body, your confidence, and your erections. I want you to remember something. Your body is not against you. It is for you. Every weaker erection, every lost spark, every tired morning is not betrayal. It is communication. Your body is saying, "Help me, support me, remind me I still matter." And when you listen, when you make the small daily corrections, walking, breathing, sleeping, strengthening, caring, you send a message back: "I hear you, I respect you, I still believe in you." And slowly, steadily, your body responds. Morning erections return. Confidence rebuilds. That quiet, masculine fire reignites. Gentlemen, your best days are not behind you. They are waiting, but only if you stop making these mistakes and instead make the powerful choice to honor your health, your manhood, and your life. I'm Dr. Caroline Ruth, and this is Shades of Health. Thank you for listening, and more importantly, thank you for choosing to believe in yourself again.